Good afternoon, or is it evening now? What time do we clock over to evening? Is it when work's finished, or is it? I don't know. Is there a set time for between afternoon and evening? Anyway, hi, hello. They uploaded a new game on the Game Pass, and this is another one of those ones that has been on my to play list for possibly 20 something years. I always wanted to play it when it was out on the DS, and now is my chance. So, I have never played this before. I'm very excited. So I say we just get right into it, I guess. I've got the configuration all up just because I don't actually know how to get out of anything. Backspace. Okay, so apparently the other button is backspace. Okay, so new game. Play this game. Okay, so this is the trilogy version. So I've got the first. I'm assuming these are the first 3 games that came out. I remember this one coming out when I was younger. Episode 1, the first turnabout. Okay, so that's what we're playing. Yes, please. Oh, just got an achievement for playing. Gasp, gasp. Okay. Oh no, what is happening? Well, I don't think she's gonna make it. Damn it, why me? I can't get caught, not like this. Oh no. I've got what? That was fast. Someone like him. What is happening? Why is it so fast? I'll make it look like he did it. Okay. What did he did? August the 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Oh boy, am I nervous. Okay, that's me, right? Oh, hiya, Chief. Phew, I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. To be fair, the murder trials would be the only ones I was really interested in. Let's get those murderers. Let's get them. Sorry, I've just got to sort my wires out. I don't know how I've managed to get myself in such a mess. Cable management, guys. Cable management. Okay, so we're on a murder trial. Says a lot about you and your client as well. Thanks. Tab is the court record. Attorney's badge. Okay, I've got an attorney's badge. No one would believe I was a defense attorney if I didn't carry this. Okay. And Cindy's autopsy report. Time of death, the 31st of July, between 4 and 5 p.m. Cause of death and cause of death, loss of blood due to blunt trauma. Okay, so we know how to get the court files. I'm so uncomfortable, you guys. Let me just shimmy myself. Okay. Court better be more comfortable than this. Actually, it's because I owe him a favour. A favour? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Doesn't that class as a conflict of interest? Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out in any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. But what if he's guilty? What? Oh, my life, everything, it's all over. What's over? Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death, despair. Oh. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die. Wow, this guy, yeah. Sounds like, yeah, he does sound like he wants to die. Yeah. Oh dear. Nick. Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. Um. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished. Can't live in a world without her. I can't. Have you had a breakup? Is that what's... Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Or was it his girlfriend that's dead? Nick, you gotta help me. Who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death. Okay. Okay, so his girlfriend's died, not just a breakup. That's worse. The newspapers say it was you. Interesting. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A lady dying. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested for the well, God, it's not going to be very good if I can't read today, is it? And take a deep breath. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her, Larry Butts, my best friend since grade school, and profuse sweater. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the Butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. And I owe him one, which is why I took the case to clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do. That's just what we're going to do then. Let's do this. August 3rd, 10 a.m, District Court, courtroom number 2. Oh, rabble, rabble, rabble. The court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. The prosecution is ready, Your Honour. The defence is ready, Your Honour. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honour. I'm a little nervous. Oh, your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honour. I don't know whether that's a warning or a bit of advice there. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Is this general procedure? Yes, Your Honour. No. Pen shaking, eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Larry Butts. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honour. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? Phew, I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover so many times. No way, I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim. Oh, of course I know the victim's name. I just forgot temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press tab to check it at any time, okay? Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Mr. Wright, who's the victim in this case? Cindy's. So she's Cindy Stone then? The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was hit with a blunt object. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honour. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then, First, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne? Yes, Your Honour. As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court what that object was? The murder weapon was a statue of the thinker. Oh. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepts it into evidence. It's rather heavy. Okay. Cool. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use the tab to check the court record frequently. Oh, Mr. Payne. The prosecution... Okay, so we have that in the evidence. The prosecution may call its first witness. The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Okay, Larry, what we got? Mr. Butts. Is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy. We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra, and Mark Antony. Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me, ever. What's it to you anyway? This guy needs to calm down. I mean, if I was on this jury with him shouting like that, this is all caps, you guys. This is a shout. This guy wouldn't be convincing me he wasn't capable of murder at this point. Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies. All of it lies. I don't believe a word of it. Passport? Your Honour, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. Okay, victim apparently arrived home from Paris on the 30th of July, the day before the murder. Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way. The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude. We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. So why are we just picking on Mr. Butts? Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? If this is all news to him, if this is, you're surprising him, why do you think he's the one that... Why wasn't it one of the sugar daddies? Right. I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I stop him from answering? My client had no idea the victim was seeing other women. Other men. That question is irrelevant to this case. Dude, Nick, what do you mean, irrelevant? That's cheating, she-dog. This guy's... I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, and when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm gonna get to the bottom of all of this. Okay. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? I believe the accused motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is so not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you or did you not? Yeah, well, maybe I did and maybe I didn't. He went. What do I do? Have him answer honestly. Honestly. He's going to have to answer honestly. I know. I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth. Yeah. I was there. I went. Order? Well, Mr. Butts. Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man, so I, didn't see her. Your Honor, the defendant is lying. Lying? The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying. Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness? The man who found the victim's body. Just before making the gruesome discovery, he saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor. Oh, this is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Schwitt to the stand. Are we saying Schwitt? Oh, this guy. I know this guy. Or is it Sawit? Mr. Sawit? You sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct? Oh, yes. Newspapers, yes. Mr. Sawit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Okay, witness account. Ooh. Testimony. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sawit used was one of these. Your Honor, I have record of the blackout for your perusal. Electricity to Miss Stone's building was out from noon till 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor? It's like I never went to school. All right. This is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Well, you expose the lies in the testimony witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key, it's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find the contradictions between the court record and the witness testimony. Didn't it say she died between 4 and 5 p.m.? And if he phoned the police at 1 p.m., I'm confused. Oh, Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Open the court record with the tab, then point out the contradictions in the testimony. Sure, I think. Cross-examination. Witness's account. Okay, I was going to door to door. Let's have a look through. Time of death, 4 till 5 p.m. Okay. He left. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Well, wasn't the... See, this doesn't make any sense. You found the body at 1 p.m., you sure? What? Well, that was fast. Wait. What is happening? Okay, I need... I need... What is happening? Why is this... Oh, it's me. You know what to do. I've got this one. Okay, it's me. I'm leaning on my mouse. Time of discovery. Okay, what did he actually just say? You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Do I have anything else in here? Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. Notice anything suspicious? I heard the time. I need the pictures. You said heard, not saw. Yes, heard. All I saw was the body lying there. I didn't think to look at anything else, least of all my watch. Isn't that a little strange? So you're saying you heard something, but if you were so shocked by the body, you wouldn't hear anything at all. The witness did say he actually heard the time. It's ludicrous to suggest he wouldn't hear anything. I have to agree with the prosecution. Witness, continue your testimony. A video? Yes, that would explain why the time was wrong. True. Right. I think the problem lies someplace else. We've agreed that you heard the time at the scene then. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Yeah, but I don't know what. Are you sure it was a television and not a radio? Well, no. I guess it might have been a radio. Incidentally, there was no radio on the premises. There's only one large television. The TV couldn't have been on if there was a blackout. Can't put my finger on it. Something about hearing the television. I know what it is. She couldn't have been watching. Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video. The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sowit? No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite puzzling. Wait, I remember now. Mr. Sowit, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That, and you seem rather distraught. My apologies, Your Honour. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Sowit. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. Hearing the time. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. That's not what happened. You saw a clock? I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. Okay. So we've got to pick on... I didn't hear it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? The murder weapon. Okay. So not the murder weapon, though, is it? Oops. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was this statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? What, you with your objections and your evidence? Just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Sowit. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock. Your Honour, if I may. Yes, Mr. Payne? As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. And it doesn't look like a clock. I submitted it as a statue. My apologies. I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with his testimony now? Yes. Your Honour, there is a gaping hole in the witness testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hands. Yet the witness testifies that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it. Prove I went in there. That is, I'll do better than that. I can prove you the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honour. Mr. Sowit, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned in your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? That day, I never. Look, the clock, I heard, no, I mean, I saw. He just threw his toupee at me? Shut up, shut up, shut up, I hate you. It was him, I tell you, I saw him. He killed her and he should burn. Burn, give him death. Order, order in the court, I say. Your Honour, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defence's claims. To be fair, there's not a shred of evidence supporting your claims. Mr. Wright, Your Honour, you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I better think it through carefully. Your Honour, the sound Mr. Sowit heard was definitely this clock. A fact which, if you simply... Oh, this is bad. Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honour, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. Beep. I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker after all. So we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sowit heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sowett, try to talk your way out of this one. Ha ha ha. You forgot one thing. Uh-oh. What's he talking about now? While it may seem like that clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. He's right. How am I going to prove that? Damn it. I'm so close. Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honour. This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sowett. I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal! You lawyers are all slime. Grr, I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Okay. Not so fast, Mr. Sowett. Mia? Chief? Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Is it the time difference? Wait, maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it. Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off. Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. I'm going to go with this. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when he struck her dead in the apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Sowett? Or should I say, Mr. Did It? Order, order. Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness. He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honour. Very well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honour. I have to say I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defence so quickly and find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honour. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. Yay! Woohoo! And with that, this court is adjourned. Beautiful. It turns out that Frank Sowett was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sowett let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sowett grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find August 3rd, 2:32 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Phew, still can't believe we won. Right, good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all, not at all. You've fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Oh, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait, no. I mean, bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Windy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was a... Never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butt's innocent. Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner? Movie? My treat? Oh, no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. A present? For me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick, can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you just want to cry? Larry? Are you so sure? Excuse me? I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. Nah. You don't got to sympathise with me. It's okay. Oh, I'm not sympathising, really. Isn't that right? Right. Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh, yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? The fact that she was carrying the statue around? Take that. Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? What about that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry, and she took it with her when she travelled. Whatever, she probably just needed a clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take travelling. Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks. Hope that made him feel a little better. Right. I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realise things change depending on how you look at them. People too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right? Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me. We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah, part at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks. And so, my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends, but I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us, unless you count the clock he gave me." I didn't know it then, but that clock was soon going to be at the centre of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. Oh. What's going to happen? The end. Excellent. Okay, so I've got my I'm just going to go and grab a quick drink, guys. I need to go get a drink. I'll be right back. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so it looks as if we might be able to just sort of like two cases. Oh, okay. Ring. Beep. Hello. This is Maya. Hey, Maya. It's me. Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Sorry, I've been so busy. How have you been? Well, lonely, and it's all your fault. Nah, I'm just teasing. I've been great. I'm finally getting used to having my own place. That's good to hear. Actually, I'm calling because I have a favor to ask. I know. You want me to hold evidence for you? Sharp as always. There's a lot of buzz around the upcoming trial. I just don't feel safe keeping the evidence here. I gotcha. So what is it this time? It's a clock. A clock? Yeah, it's made to look like that statue, The Thinker, and it tells you the time. I thought you might like it. You always like toys. Hey, I'm not a little girl anymore, sis. No. You know I'm only teasing. I should probably tell you the clock isn't talking right now. It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out, sorry. I put some papers inside it instead. Papers? Is that the evidence then? Well, there's a possibility that it might turn out that way, yes. Can you come by the office tonight, say 9, to pick it up? I'll be in pre-trial meeting till then. Okay, sis, but I expect dinner, something good. Like burgers? I could really go for a good burger. Okay, we'll hit the usual joint. Alright, it's a deal. Okay, sis, see you soon. Okay, so we put some papers inside the clock. Interesting. Yep, I'll be waiting. Oh, conversation recorded September the 5th, 9:27 a.m. September the 5th, 8:57 p.m. Fay & Co. Law Offices. Now, Miss Fay, I'll take what's mine. The papers. I'm sorry, but I can't give you what I don't have. Miss Fay, you're a poor liar. Why, I see it right over there. That must be the thinker that swallowed those papers. How could you know? Oh, you are not cogniferous of my background. Gathering information is my business, you see. I should have been more careful. Oh, well, my dear Miss Frey, I am so very sorry. But I am afraid I must ask you for one more thing. Your eternal silence. Farewell, Miss Fay. Oh, no. Look at this guy. Red, white, blue. September 5th, 9:08 p.m. Thank law offices. Uh-oh, I'm late. Huh? That's strange. Guess the chief left without me. She said her sister was coming over, so we should all go out for dinner. What's that smell? Blood? Mia? Maybe she's in her office. Examine. Okay. I smell blood, and that can't be good. I have to check and see if Mia, the chief's okay. Is that all we've got? Okay, we move to the office. That smell. Blood. Sob. Sis? Someone's there. Chief? Who are you? She's the disappearing kid. The strange girl dropped out cold. I left her lying on the office sofa. I went back to the chief where she lay under the window. Her body was still warm. I could feel it when I held her shoulder. Then, all too quickly, it began to fade. Until finally she was cold. Chief? It's hard seeing her like this. But if there are any clues here, she was struck on the head with a blunt object. She probably died instantly. The thinker lying next to her must have been the murder weapon. The thinker added to the court record. There are some glass shards near the chief's body. Must be pieces of the glass light stand lying broken in the back of the room. Nothing else that seems like a clue here. A piece of paper. It must have fallen from Mia's hand. What could it be? Maya. The word is written in blood on this scrap of paper. Maya. Did Mia write this? This piece of paper is a receipt from a department store dated yesterday. I think that's enough snooping around for now. I'd better call the police and find out what that girl was doing here. Okay, so no clues, no clues. We've got that clue, we've got that clue. Okay. Ah, I see. It's encrusted with dry blood. How ironic that this became the murder weapon again. Okay, so we've got that one. The chair. The chief's chair. A simple, functional design. Feels pretty good to sit into. Okay. The window. There's a large building right across from the office. The Gatewater Hotel. A nice, luxurious place. Okay. So I think we've got everything on this page. Okay. Okay. What's... Oh, more things to look at. Surprisingly, the chief was never good with machines. About all she used this PC for was email. She picked up this ancient model at some garage sale for practically nothing. Cool, cool, cool. A perfectly normal office desk. The chief had a very particular policy about office decor. Spend big on stuff the clients use, but keep your own stuff simple. Cool. Book. The Fay & Co. ledger book. Everything is written in the chief's ultra neat handwriting. It's a small office, but he makes a good bit of money. Okay. Yep, chair we've done. Phone. Right, I better call the police. That's funny. A few of the screws on the receiver are missing. It looks like someone was halfway through taking it apart. Police, please come quick. What was that? Someone's screaming from outside the window. She's staring right at me. She's holding a phone in her hand. The phone receiver is missing a few screws. I better not use it. Okay. All the chief's important documents are packed in here. This is where she filed her case records and recent rulings. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. What else do we have? Anything? Can't see anything else. Okay. That girl just now, where did she go? I put her right there on that sofa. Uh-oh. I hope she didn't run on me. Oh, there she is. Yikes. Don't scare me like that. Excuse me, but who are you? It's okay. I work here. Maya. Maya Fay. Maya? Fay? Maya. So Mia was writing this girl's name. Maybe I should just show her the receipt. I never thought there'd be a use for evidence like this outside of the courtroom. Show her before Mia died, she wrote a message with her own blood. She wrote it on the back of this receipt. That's my name. Why? Why would she write my name? Please just calm down. Why would Sis write my name? Uh-oh. Now I've done it. Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. The police. Sounds like they're coming this way. Freeze, police. Dude, you're huge. Alright, I'm Detective Dick Gumshoe. See? Gumshoe? What an odd name. We received a report from the building across the way, see? Got a person saying they saw a murder. Must have been that woman I saw. Anyway, I don't want either of you moving 1 inch, okay? Great. Just great. Maya, wait. She wouldn't have. Nah. Whoa. Excuse me. This word Maya here mean anything to you? That's my name. What? The victim drew this here note in her own blood, see? With her dying breath, she wrote down the killer's name. The killer? I'm not. Case closed. You're coming down to the precinct, ma'am. What? Mia's younger sister Maya was arrested on the spot. I was taken in for questioning and didn't get out till the next morning. My eyes were heavy, but I couldn't sleep. Sat around, waiting for visiting hours to begin at the detention centre. I had to talk to Maya as soon as possible. September 6th, 9:07 a.m, detention centre, visitor's room. Wow, they've poor Maya locked up like a criminal. Oh no. Oh, it's you, the lawyer. Good morning. Good morning. She looks so tired. Are you going to be my attorney? Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Of course I will. First things first, I better get her cheered up. Yeah, of course I will. Cheer up. Really? Whoa, did I say the wrong thing? She looks sadder now. What's wrong? You don't think I could do it? No, no one could. Who would believe me? Even you, when you found me in the office, you looked at me like I had done it. Did I look at her like that? No, I never thought. It's okay, I understand. And I've also heard about you. Heard? Heard what about me? I was talking to my sister on the phone the other day. Today was my junior's partner's first time in court. Wow, really? How'd that go? It was quite the scene. Honestly, I was on edge the whole time. It's been a while. So he crashed and burned? He's a genius. One of those strike fear into the hearts of evils type. The only thing he's lacking is experience. Sounds like it was fun. Well, I know who to go to if I ever get in trouble now. I don't know, Maya. I think you might want to wait. Give him 3 more years. That is, unless you want to be found guilty. Rude. That's what she said. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult you. No, it's okay. It's true, I guess. But at the same time, I can't just sit by and watch. When I think of the person who did this to Maya. Mia. Oh, it's going to get confusing. Mia, Maya. I know. What are we examining? Camera. Smile for the camera. Stupid guy. This guard monitors the visitor's room. He hasn't moved an inch. A real pro, this guy. Sure. That's basically it. Oh. Okay. So, could you tell me more about the day of the murder? Yes. Let's see. That morning, I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial. Evidence? Yes. That clock shaped like the thinker. The one Larry made. How could that have been evidence in a case? Right. She said something about that. I remember. Do you want to hear it in her own voice? Her own voice? Yeah. I'm pretty sure our conversation is on my cell phone. You recorded it? Yeah. I forgot how to delete those things. Okay. So you say you have a conversation with your sister on your cell phone. Let's hear it. Right. Oh, I just remembered. That detective took my cell phone. Sorry. Right, of course. Next time I see Detective Gumshoe, I'll ask him for it. I'll write you a note so you don't forget, okay? Sure, thanks. Okay. Oh no, I've done this. Oh, the lights were off and I could smell blood. Then I found her, my sister. Thanks, Maya. That's all I need to hear for now. There's something I've been wanting to ask you. Yeah? What's with that outfit? Oh, this. This is what all acolytes wear. It's my uniform, you could say. Acolytes? Like people in religious training? Is that what is it you do? Oh, it's nothing strange, really. I'm a spirit medium in training. A spirit medium? I'm sure that qualifies as strange. Okay, so you're an acolyte, a medium in training. That's right. The Fae family, especially the women, have always been very sensitive to the spirit world. Wait a second, you said the Fae family? So Mia was into all this stuff too? Of course. She left the mountain to follow her career, she said. Her powers were first class too. I had no idea. Wait, what? So you're a real honest to goodness spirit medium with ESP and all that? Yes, in training. Well, you contact me as Spirit then. We can just ask her who killed her. I'm sorry. I'm still in training. I couldn't do something on that level. I thought that would be too easy. Something the matter? I was wondering, could I ask you a favour? This is the address of a famous lawyer. My sister gave me this a long time ago. She said if I was ever in trouble, I should call him. Well, I'm in trouble. Do you think you could go ask him to represent me? Okay, sure, why not? I'll go ask. Thank you so much. I have no one else to turn to. Say, what about your parents? I see. Don't worry, leave it to me. Thank you. The trial's tomorrow at 10 a.m. Are these people move quick? What? Tomorrow? Tomorrow. What if this guy refuses? They told me that if I don't find one, the state will pick an attorney to defend me. When will that happen? They're giving me until 4 this afternoon. Visiting hours are almost up. I better hurry. Right, I'll be back. Okay, so I think we've already... Okay, so... Why is it I keep doing that? Okay, so we're going to go move then, I guess. Let's go to this guy's place. September 6th, Grossberg Law Offices. According to the receptionist, the big boss is out. She couldn't say when he'll be back. Must be hard to keep track of everything when you're a famous lawyer. Not to mention run an office like this. I guess I'll just have to come back later. Let's have a look around first. Let's do a look-see. Let's have a look at the painting. A painting has been bugging me ever since I stepped in here. Oil paint is so thick it practically gives me a stuffed nose. I'm sure the price is nothing to sneeze at either, for that matter. Plant. An expensive potted plant. No idea what kind of plant it is, but it's probably the most expensive one available. Looks a bit like a yucca plant. A table for clients. And an elegant ebony case. And if I'm not mistaken, that light is made of solid gold. Even I can tell someone here's got money to burn. Okay. Stuff. A solid mahogany desk. The wood's been polished to a deep luster. Beautiful. Look at that elephant. Expensive looking mahogany bookshelves filled with expensive looking books. Funny. They don't look like they've ever been read. Okay, I think we're done there. So, back to the office. September 6th, Fairco Law Offices. The office is filled with police officers. They're all busily searching for clues. Hey, you there. This is a crime scene, pal. No trespassing. Sorry, don't I know you from somewhere? Wait, you're that Butts guy, aren't you? No, Phoenix Wright. How can anyone mistake me for Larry? Guess I got the wrong name, Mr. Wright. Sorry about that. That Butts guy, he was a killer. And you're no killer, right? He was proven innocent. Right, and you were... Detective Gumshoe. Gumshoe, wasn't it? Dick Gumshoe. Right, at your service. Hang on. That's Detective Gumshoe to you, pal. Anyway, get the name right. And don't go calling me Dick. Hey, Dick, get over here. Yes, sir. Be right there. You're her lawyer, right, pal? If you got business here, you better do it quick. Phew. He thinks I'm Maya's lawyer. Okay, so what do we see? The plant. Mia's favourite potted plant. I remember this had a bizarre name that no one could ever remember. Cordyline stricta, pal. Who was that? Okay. An old movie poster. Apparently, This was the first movie that made Mia cry when she saw it. I'll have to check it out one of these days. Okay. There's a horrendous amount of legal books here. Scarier still is that Mia probably read all of these. Why wouldn't you? Mia's desk. Perfectly clean as always. The only thing it's missing is Mia. Okay. Window. The sky is blue and so am I. There's that hotel right across the way. Okay, I think we're done there. Okay, let's move back to the detention center then. Hey, what is it? Did you meet the lawyer? Sorry, I haven't seen him yet. I see. I better go see if I can find this elite lawyer she's talking about. Okay, well, we'll go back there then. Anything else that we need to see? About Maya. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the trial. Sorry, pal, but this is one trial you aren't going to win. Why do you say that? The city's put Prosecutor Edgeworth on the prosecution. Edgeworth? I'm sure you know what that means, you being a lawyer and all. About Miss Fay, did you do an autopsy? You want to know the results, huh? Yeah. Now, don't you look at me like that, pal. It's no use. She might have been your boss, but that doesn't mean you get any special treatment. All right. You can see the report, but that is all. Time of death, 9 p.m. Cause, single blunt force trauma. Death was instantaneous. Okay, let's ask about this guy. Prosecutor Edgeworth. That's right, pal. Mr. Miles Edgeworth himself. Wait, you do know him, don't you? Of course I do, sure. I know him. He's a feared prosecutor. He doesn't feel pain. He doesn't feel remorse. He won't stop until he gets his guilty verdict. Don't talk about him that way. You make him sound barely human. Still, I'm afraid this pretty much decides the case. So, Edgeworth is on this one. He hasn't lost a case since he became a prosecutor at the incredibly young age of 20. Of course, there are rumours of back alley deals and forged evidence. All I know for sure is that Edgeworth hates crime with an almost abnormal passion. I never imagined I'd be facing him so soon. Okay, so can't... Am I meant to be presenting something to this guy? I was wondering, do you know anything about this? That statue? That's the murder weapon. You think the clock is just a statue too? I'm starting to wish I'd never seen this thing. What about these? There was broken glass at the crime scene, right? Oh, that. Seems like a glass stand next to the victim fell over. The glass shards were pieces of the broken stand. What about this? I was wondering, did you see Mayor Faye's cell phone? Oh, that, I have that. Do you think you could give it me back? Sure. I mean, wait a second, pal. Tricky lawyer. Uh-oh, he's on to me. Tell him straight. If I tell him why I want it, there's no way he'll give it to me. Something the matter? Oh, no, it's just, detective. Nope, I know nothing, pal. That cell phone has a lot of numbers on it, like her boyfriend's. A cell phone holds all a little girl's sweetest and spiciest secrets. Ugh. You're trying to confuse me. Sorry, pal. I already checked all the numbers in memory. Impressive. You're quite the detective. Uh-huh. Oh, here. You can have the phone back. There weren't any suspicious court records in there after all. Seems he didn't notice the recorded conversation. Okay. I guess I've asked all the questions I need to. You done, pal? Yeah, thank you. I'll be heading out now. Oh, wait. One more thing I wanted to mention to you. I don't suppose you're planning on talking to that witness. Anyway, you better not. No influencing the witness with your lawyerly ways, pal. Her? Come to think of it, I'd completely forgotten about her. The witness? Yeah, Miss April May. I'm sorry about this, but I can't tell you anything about her. Well, you just told me her name, Miss May, huh? So you've sent her home already then? You're trying your lawyerly tricks on me now. She's not going to go outside her room until the trial. So she's still in the hotel across the way. Perfect. I guess I should know better than to try and get a detective to leak information. You got that right, pal. Time to pay a visit to Miss May. Okay. So, what's up? Okay, so right. We know about that. So I want to move to the hotel. September 6th, Gatewater Hotel, room 303. Well, hello there, handsome. Hi. Smooth, right? Real smooth. You're the lawyer, aren't you? The detective told me. He said, don't say nothing to that lawyer, pal. Memo to self. Thank Detective Gumshoe for making my job harder. Gee, this is all like something out of a movie. It's all so exciting, I can hardly contain myself. I'm not sure that's how you should be feeling about a murder case. Oh, let me go and freshen up so I can look the part of the beautiful eyewitness. Lord. A pity the lawyer that has to cross-examine this one. Okay, let's examine the room. What have we got? What is this? There's a screwdriver stuck in this drawer. I wonder what's inside. Let's take a look. Hey, what are you doing? No touching. Ooh, bad boy. You really shouldn't pry around in other people's rooms now. You wouldn't want to make me upset, would you? Upset? I thought she was going to explode for a second there. I wonder what could be inside the drawer. Okay, let's do the talk. What did you see? Do you think you could tell me something? I need you to describe what you observed at the time of the incident. Ooh, observe, incident. You sound just like a lawyer in the movies. I like a man with a big vocabulary. Ugh, better not encourage her. You know that thing that happened the other day, the bad thing? What did you see when it happened? I don't suppose you could tell me about it, pretty please? Let me see. Well, dream on. If you want to know, you'll just have to come to court tomorrow, Mr. Lawyer. Oh, boy. Could you just... Who exactly are you? Oh, Miss Lawyer, are you hitting on me? Oh, no. Hey, I'm just doing my job here. You know you're cute when you blush. Believe me, this is the first time in my life I've blushed this much. Right, can you just tell me what it is you do? Well, no. And you had your little hopes up, didn't you? Oh, boy. Okay, this room. I see there are 2 glasses on the table. Is someone staying here with you? Oh, what amazing powers of observation. You must be one of those famous detectives like on television. Oh, no, not me. I'm just a lawyer. Say, Mr. Big Detective, why don't you go look for clues in the garbage, Miss May doesn't like nosy little lawyers. Okay, so she's not giving me anything. She's annoying as all hell. Seems like Mr. Grosberg is out. Well, maybe I should just wait here for him to come back. If that wasn't the most over-the-top clearing of the throat I've ever heard. So you're the one they say has been looking for me. Yes, that's me. He looks even grander than I imagined. That badge on your collar. Ah, so you're a lawyer, are you now? Yes, well, yeah. And what do you want? I'm not particularly busy these days. Please proceed. Not busy? Then how come no one could get in touch with you? Something the matter? You came to see the one and only Marvin Grossberg, did you not? Well, here I am, boy. What do you want? Out with it. Well, sir, actually, it's about Maya. Maya Frey. Ah, yes, Maya Frey. Go on. Why this strange reaction? I'm really quite busy here, son. I can't go taking cases on a day's notice. No, it's quite impossible. Wait a second. How did you know the trial was tomorrow? Anyway, I'm afraid it's entirely impossible for me to represent her. Sorry, end of discussion. What's going on? He refused me even before I got a chance to ask him. What do I tell Maya? What about if I present... Oh, I don't have the letter anymore, do I? Oh. Very sorry, but I've got nothing to say on this matter. Okay. So we go back to her, I guess. Maya's not here. She must be in questioning. They probably won't let her out for a while. Maybe I'd better go talk to that lawyer again. Okay. Oh, not you. How can you just refuse like that? Please, tell me why you won't take the case. Well, you see, it's just, I'm busy, you see. But the client is Mia Faye's sister. Mia trusted you. She knew her sister would be in good hands. Yes, of course, I know that. However, I'm sorry, but I must refuse. Sorry, goodbye. Creep. Fine. I don't have the time to argue with you anyway. I'll go look elsewhere. Grumble. Think not. Did you say something? I think not, I said. What do you mean? I'm terribly, terribly sorry, but I'm afraid that no lawyer worth their salt will take on this particular case. Terribly sorry, my boy. Why? I cannot say. I beg your pardon, but could you leave now? I have nothing more to discuss with you. What is going on here? How did you know Mia Fay? She worked here a long time ago. Quite the apprentice, that one. Learned my techniques in the blink of an eye. She left one day quite suddenly. She had a mission, you see. A mission? You could see it in her eyes. She followed it with a burning passion. Never looked back, that one. That quite a painting. Aha, you noticed. It's my pride and joy. Impressive, isn't it? Well, isn't it? The colour of the sky, the hue of the sea, the weave of the straw hat. It's worth at least 3 million. I have no intention of parting with it, of course. No, I won't sell it, not even to you. Wasn't interested. It's not for sale. I'm not buying. Jeez. Okay. Let's go back to the detention centre. September 6th, 3:42 p.m. Detention centre visitors room. Okay, hiya. Oh, you're back. Did you find the lawyer? Well, what do I tell her? Well, see, just be honest. I really don't think you should use that guy. He didn't seem healthy. He was all skin and bones. What really happened? You don't mean he refused to help? Oh, I see. I've been abandoned then. What about your family? I only had my sister. My father died when I was very young, and I don't know where my mother is. Don't know. So she could still be alive? The women in my family have been mediums for generations. They say a lot of spiritual power runs in our blood. About 15 years ago, our family was involved in an incident. There was a man and he ruined our mother's life. Ruined. After that, she disappeared. Several years after that, my sister announced she would become a lawyer and she left the mountain. So you live by yourself? Yes, I've gotten used to it. Oh, also, I had to become independent or I would lose my powers. I feel bad for her, all by herself up on that mountain. So, who was this man who ruined your mother? About 15 years ago, there was an unusual murder case. It made quite a stir. Everyone was talking about it, apparently. The police were running out of leads and they were getting desperate. Wait, they didn't use a spirit medium, did they? The police convinced my mother to try and contact the victim. Wow. So what happened? The case was solved, we thought. You thought? The man my mother helped the police capture was innocent. The police's consultation with the medium had all been carried out in secret, of course, but a man found out about it and leaked it to the press. He told all the papers my mother was a fraud, and the media jumped on it big time. My mother, became the laughing stock of the nation. I see. White. Excuse me, White? That was his name, my sister told me. White? Just a little longer now before the state-appointed lawyer comes, I guess. 4 p.m, time's up. What should I do? Do we just leave her and go home? No, we're going to defend her. I've made up my mind. I'm going to defend you whether you want me or not. Why? Why? Well, I can't abandon you. No one is as sad as this person without any friends. I know, I've been there a long time ago. Why did I become a lawyer in the first place? Because someone has to look out for the people who have no one on their side. Maya, I won't abandon you. You can count on me. That's so kind of you. Well, let's fight this one and get you out of here. Right, thank you. Phew, she smiled at last. She looks like an entirely different person. One last question. You are innocent, right? Yes, and I trust you. So you trust me too, okay? Deal. Okay, so what next? There's something that's been bugging me. Just what was inside that strange woman's drawer? It was when I tried to look in the drawer, she got all defensive. There has to be something in there. Okay. So we're going to have to go back there then. Oh, good afternoon, sir. Excuse me, you are... I beg your pardon, sir. I'm the bellboy of this establishment at your service, sir. Oh, right. I've just come up to deliver room service, sir. Do you know where Miss May might be? I believe, Miss May is currently using the facilities. If you've no need of anything, I'll be taking my leave. Please stay as long as you like. Enjoy. Yeah, wait, no, hey. Why does it seem like every time I come here, I end up embarrassing myself? Wait, now's my chance to snip around a bit. I almost forgot. You came back quick. Might I ask you to inform Miss May that there is a message for her? Please tell her that Mr. White of Blue Corp phoned. Oh, right, sure. Mr. White of Blue Corp. Where have I heard that name? White. That was his name, my sister told me. White was the name of the guy who ruined Mia and Maya's mother. Could it be a coincidence? Okay, we want to look at this. There's a screwdriver sticking out of that half-open drawer. Now's my chance to see what's inside. What do we have here? A wiretap? What would a woman like her be doing with a thing like this? There's definitely something suspicious about Miss May. Why would she have something like this in her hotel room? There's a story behind all this, I know it. All right. I'll be using this bit of evidence in tomorrow's trial, that's for sure, for Maya's sake. I'll get to this woman's bottom. I mean, you know what I mean. Oh, bellboy, still there? Uh-oh, time to scram. I look forward to tangoing with you tomorrow, Miss May, in court. To be continued. Let's do a save. September 7, 10 a.m, District Court, courtroom number 1. Time am I on? Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fay. The prosecution is ready, Your Honour. The defence is ready, Your Honour. Miles Edgeworth. I better not show any signs of weakness today, or he'll be on me in an instant. Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement. Thank you, Your Honour. The defendant, Miss Maya Fay, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence she committed this murder, and we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honour. I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin then. If we may call our first witness, Your Honour. The prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court. Sir, my name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder. Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain. Okay, the body was found by this window here. And the cause of death? Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was a statue of the thinker found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in a girl's hands, sir. The court accepts the statue as evidence. They're still calling it a statue. Okay, floor plans added. Now, detective. Yes, sir. You immediately arrested Miss Maya Fay, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why? Yes, sir. I had hard evidence she did it, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court about this hard evidence. Maya Fay's arrest. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were 2 people there already, the defendant, Miss Maya Fay, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fay. Why? We had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fay at the very moment of the murder. The very moment, you say? Very well, Mr. Wright. You may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honour. Cross-examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Smack. Maya just threw something at me. What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in a witness's testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. Lots of times. I should have expected Maya would know some of her sister's tricks. All right, let's give this a try. Something the matter? No, Your Honour. I'd like to begin my cross-examination. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were 2 people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fay, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fay. We had a witness account describing her. Hold on just 1 second. Yeah? If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, correct? Did I say that? Me? I heard you say it. You did say it. You said it. Exactly what about this suspicious woman in pink's claim was hard evidence? What? Miss May isn't suspicious, and she sure isn't pink, pal. Well, I guess she is pink. That's enough. Detective Gumshoe, do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective? I guess pressing can have its advantages. Yes. Sorry. I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honour, sir. There was something I should have told you about first, Your Honour. Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again. Okay, we're changing our testimony again. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was clearly written in blood. Lab results showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. How you like that? That's my hard evidence. Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective. Your Honour, why didn't you testify about this vital piece of evidence the first time? I know. I'm really embarrassed I forgot about it, Your Honour, sir. Try to be more careful. Very well. The defence may begin its cross-examination. Okay. Detective Gumshoe, do you get a lot of cases where the victim actually writes the killer's name? Sure, happens all the time in books and the movies. This isn't a movie, Detective. Ugh. Let's talk about reality, shall we? I guess I haven't heard of many cases, no. Don't you find it a little odd that the victim would write down a name? Especially the name of her own sister? Yeah, actually, you got a point. Stop right there. The witness's opinion on the matter is irrelevant. The facts are clear. The victim wrote down the name of the accused. The victim told us the name of her killer. Order, order. That didn't go so well. That's right, what he said. That's his whole testimony? Okay, there has to be a contradiction in there somewhere. Let's find it. After securing the suspect. I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. Lion. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was clearly written in blood. Lab test results showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. What's the contradiction?
I'm going to do a bit of cook talk.
Okay.
While you're doing this, bring their cupcakes up here.
Okay. I'm not going to be on much longer, though, I don't think.
Well,
about
half a day or so done.
About half an hour, I reckon, and then I'm done. Because it's my... I can only go for so long because they start to crush my head after a while. I think he wants to come with you. Okay, so where's the contradiction in this? I mean, we could just press. Then who did write it? The killer? The killer? Anyone can see that. He's saying the killer wrote her own name. Buddy, please. She was framed. Hold on. If that's the case, where's your evidence? I guess that was a bit of a tall order for you. Those without evidence shouldn't open their mouths, Mr. Wright. Yeah, pal. Well, tell us what was written on that memo you found. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. That's not true. I picked it up. This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction in that statement, Your Honour. How exactly are that evidence and the statement just now related? They aren't, are they? Not at all, Mr. Wright. Please think over the facts before making accusations. I don't think that won me any points with the judge. Okay. What do we have? What are we thinking? What are we thinking? What are we thinking? Can we examine things? Okay, so the hard evidence. Death was instantaneous before she died. How could she have written the killer's name? Objection. Detective Gumshoe, there's one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You said that the victim, Mia Frey, wrote this note, that she was accusing the defendant, Maya Frey. That's really what you're saying? What? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course she wrote it. Who else could have? You have it backwards, Mr. Detective. Mr. Detective? Detective. Backwards. The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is a report from your department, Detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately. But, no butting your way out of this one, Detective. Order, order. The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have had time to write anything down. Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report? What, when? Was it the day after the murder? It was the day after the murder. The prosecution's point being that autopsy report is outdated, Your Honour. What? A second autopsy was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object. But there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning. No way. Your Honour, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have time to write Maya. That's all. I see. Damn you, Edgeworth. I should have known you'd have something up your sleeve. Why, Mr. Wright, you look shocked. Something you want to say? Mr. Edgeworth, I've heard there's nothing you won't do to get your verdict. What reason could you possibly have had to request a second autopsy report? Mr. Wright, the defence will refrain from personal attacks on the prosecution. No matter, Your Honour. Mr. Wright, say what you will, the evidence in this report is undeniable. Your Honour, I submit this report to the court. Understood. The court accepts the evidence. Well, Your Honour, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes. Darn, this isn't good. The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor, innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. Let the witness, Miss April, take the stand. Exactly what part of her is innocent? Witness, your name, please. April May, at your service. She's the worst. Order. An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking. Ah, yes, Your Honour. This is not good. She's already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom. Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred? I was, in my hotel room. I checked in right after lunch. And this hotel is directly across from the Fay & Co. law offices. That's right, big boy. Oof. Please testify to the court about what you saw. Okay, witness testimony. It was 9 at night. I looked out the window, and then, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman, dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. Then the woman with the long hair, she kind of slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy-witsy. Well, Your Honour, I see. It's a remarkably solid testimony. I don't see a need to trouble the witness any. Wait, Your Honour. Yes, Mr. Wright. What about my cross-examination? I thought the witness testimony just now was quite firm, didn't you? Mr. Wright, I understand you and me are phase. Understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies. Hey, how dare you? Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness? Yes. I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination. If only because I have a feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness. Very well. You may begin your cross-examination. Witness account. It was like 9 at night. I looked out the window. Okay. Okay, we're going to think about time. Then I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. The woman dodged to one side and ran away. Press the facts. Okay. Why did you do that? Huh? Well, why? Like what? Why did you look out the window? Were you expecting to see something? Oh, well, gee. What, that's it? She can't get out of this question that easily. I sort of, I had a feeling. Well, I have a feeling she's trying to avoid the question. Maybe I should press a little harder on this one. Let's see how far I can run with this. Surely you must have had a reason to look out of your window at that time of night. Mr. Wright, I will not have you badgering my witness. Badgering? You insist on needling her with these trivial questions. I really don't think it should be allowed. Order, Mr. Wright. You have been warned. Poor girl. What about poor me? You looked out the window. What did you see next? And then I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The woman with long hair. That was Mia Fey. Mm-hmm. Slender, sort of. Well, some people might say pretty, if that's your thing. Your thing. And the person attacking her. The one attacking her was a mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. How do you know she was the defendant? Huh? Well, she had a girlish physique. Women know these things. Look, I just know, okay? There was only one person at the scene of the crime with short, a girlish figure. The testimony is bulletproof, Your Honour. He's right. Hold on a minute. That testimony stinks. What? Miss May, I'm willing to bet that you saw nothing. Did you really see the defendant at all? Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this? Yes, what's the meaning? Somebody tell me, because I'm clueless about this, Okay, if you had really witnessed my client, Maya Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. The testimony is bogus. But, still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder. She was, Your Honour. I saw her. And so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May? Well, what are you trying to say? You mean, lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think it all trifling the little details were necessary, darling. Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony. I'm sorry, Your Honour. I'll be a good girl, I promise. Ugh. Your testimony again, if you would. If you would. Damn. I almost had her. Witnesses account. I did see everything. I did. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock. That kind of statuey clock. The thinker, I think. Well, does the accuracy of my report not startle you? I see. I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. Please begin the cross-examination. Okay. So we're going to go after the fact that she knows it's a clock. I did see everything I did. Dodged the first attack. And we're going to press this. A clock? Didn't this come up in another testimony recently? Well, don't look so sour, Miss Blair. You can't win them all. No, but I have a feeling I'm onto something there. Her previous testimony must have been what Edgeworth wanted her to say. So this was the testimony in her own words. Time to press and squeeze the truth out of her, figuratively, of course. Miss May, what you just said now was just quite revealing. Revealing? Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you, Mr. Naughty Lawyer? You just said that this statue of the thinker was a clock, but there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock too, and he was found guilty of murder. Order, order. Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock? The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns. Yes, yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright. Objection indeed. But questions are all I have, Your Honour. And as you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. Well, only once. Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness. Well, that was close. If you stopped me there, the trial would be over. What? So what happens now? What happens now is you may answer my question. How did you know it was a clock? What? That's because I heard it. Yes, I heard it say the time. So you've been to the law offices of Fay & Co? No, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room. The law offices of Fay & Co, where the murder took place, is very close to the hotel. She could easily have heard the clock. Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied? Nope. No, Your Honour. I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because she couldn't have heard it. You were at the hotel. There's no way you could have heard a clock go off in the building next door. You have proof that she could not? Amateurs. Amateurs. Listen to me, Mr. Wright. In the courtroom, proof is everything. Without it, you have nothing. You are nothing. Then I would like to propose a test to see if she really could have heard. The prosecution denies your request. What? On what grounds? This is a trivial matter with no direct bearing on the case at hand. Indeed, objection sustained. Damn. Time to switch directions quick. Ready to proceed, Mr. Wright? No, Your Honour. I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because it couldn't have rung. Your Honour, members of the court, it's inconceivable that the clock in question rang. It's empty. That clock is missing its clockwork. How could you possibly... Just take a look right now. Oh. See anything interesting, Your Honour? It is as the defence says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this? It is as you can see. The clock was empty, it couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big fat liar. Fat? Well, Miss May, this is quite a show you've put on for us, Mr. Wright. He knew the clock was empty. Somehow he knew. I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty. As you say, it can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction. That's true. That's quite a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it. And that is exactly what happened, Your Honour. Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed? Yes. Oh, impossible, of course. I have proof. What? Wasn't it you who told me to proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence that proves the clockwork was removed is the phone. Take a look at this. That's a very cute cell phone. Oh, you have a girly phone. Wait. This isn't my phone. Listen. This is a defendant's cell phone and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder. Order. The defendant's cell phone? This wasn't brought to my attention. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it. The good detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon. I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation. Beep. So you just want me to hold on to the thinker for you then? If you could. I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out, sorry. September 5th, 9:27 a.m. Your Honour, I think this makes it clear the clockwork was already gone by the time this was recorded. Which was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain to this court? How did you know the weapon was a clock? Well, isn't it obvious? I saw that clock before. What store was that again? I go to so many. Oops, I forgot. So the witness had seen it before. That would make sense. Does the defence have any objections, Mr. Wright? Yes. The witness claims she had seen it before, but this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court. Well then, let's see it. Please produce this evidence that will prove the witness had not seen the clock before. It's simple. This clock was never in any store, ever. What? A friend of mine made that clock. Only 2 exist in the world. And the one that isn't here is in police custody. Impossible. Everything is sold in stores. Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Oh, excuse is not on sale today? Oh. What's it to you, porcupine head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it and she should die for it. Die. That's pretty violent. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law and the witness will remain calm. Oh. Silly me. Did I, lose it? I guess I did. Scary. Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? Oh dear. Does the defence have an opinion on this behaviour? Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honour. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock because you had heard about it. The witness had never held the clock in her hand. However, she had heard that it was a clock. She heard? That is correct, Your Honour. There is no other way she could have known the thinker was a clock. And I can show you the proof. Well, this is interesting. Let's see it then. Show me evidence proving the witness had heard the murder was a clock. Have a look at this. I found this in Miss May's room. Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is. Miss April May, you were tapping the victim, Miss Mia Fay's phone, were you not? Your Honour, this is irrelevant. I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled. It troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap. This is outrageous. Does the defence truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone? Absolutely. Even if that were the case, which it's not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? Can you prove that? Yeah, I think I can. It's simple. But here's my proof. The proof that the victim said on the phone, the clock is a weapon. Is this? I present the defendant's cell phone. Yes, we've seen that. Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim. Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Well, actually, there's something I want you to hold on to for me. Again, what is it this time? It's a clock. It's made to look like that statue, the thinker, and it tells you the time. Miss April May, you used a wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. Am I wrong? Your Honour, this is ridiculous. Your Honour, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defence demands an answer. Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May. Shut up, all of you. What gives you the right to talk to me like that? You lawyer. It's no fair. All of you ganging up on me like that. Oh, so I'm the bad girl, is that it? Is that it? Oh, here come the waterworks. That did it. The court's seen the real Miss April May now. Now to deal the final blow. Why the wiretap? Why did you tap her phone? Answer the question. Do I have to? Isn't this a murder trial? Isn't tippity tapping irrelevant? She's saying exactly what Edgeworth wants her to say. Miss May, you were tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant. While the court does not condone the defence's tone of voice, he has a point. Well, Miss May, do you have an explanation for the court? Can you prove you had nothing to do with this murder, even though you tapped her phone? I'd like to see her pull that off. Mr. Lawyer, I saw that evil grin. You were probably thinking, I'd like to see her pull that off, weren't you? Damn, she's good. Well, you're not the first man who's thought that, and of course I can and will. You can't be serious. No way. Way. I say way. Oh, and I assure you I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. Okay, so the killing happened around 9 at night. Why, that's just when I was getting room service from that sweet bellboy. Room service? Iced coffee, I believe it was. Iced coffee, you know, like normal coffee, but cold. If you don't drink it quick, the ice melts, and then you have regular cold coffee. iced coffee. I think I'm making this up, asked the bellboy. Ergo, the witness was not at the scene at the time of the murder. So, where does this leave us? It is my great displeasure to inform you that the witness appears to have been tapping the victim's cell phone. However, that is a separate crime with no bearing on the current case whatsoever. Her testimony stands. She saw the defendant, Maya Fay, commit murder. No, they're going to just let her walk away. There's no way I can win this unless I tie Miss May to the murder somehow. Well, does this defense have anything to say? Well, come on, think of something. Can we continue? Right, on with the cross-examination. What exactly do you have left to examine, Mr. Wright? Miss April May has admitted to the wiretap, yeah? But that bears no relevance to the case at hand, murder. There's no way you can prove any connection. I believe the cross-examination is over, Mr. Edgeworth. Does the prosecution have any witnesses to call? None, Your Honour. She's the last. Oh, but that means Maya's guilty? No. Wait, Your Honour. Yes, Mr. Wright. The defence would like to call the bellboy after all. As I thought, may I remind you, dear, Mr. Wright, should you question the bellboy and Miss April May's alibi proved to be solid, then by default your client, Miss Maya Fay, will be pronounced guilty. I'm going to have to call this a night in a minute because I am tired. So very tired. No stream. Took me this long to get back in the app. Oh no, that's bad. Okay, so by default, Miss Maya Fay will be pronounced guilty. Okay, are you prepared to accept my condition? Edgeworth, he's got me backed into a corner, but I don't see any other way to take this. Sure, let's get the bellboy. I accept. Very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand. I believe we're ready for the witness to testify. He certainly does look like a bellboy. Yes, sir. Why did you bring his tray to court? Like, is he permanently glued to his hand? I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I'm happy to be of service. A tea set looks rather heavy, so without further ado, the witness may begin his testimony. Very good, sir. I mean, he could just put it down though, right? Miss May's room service. Okay, I am the head bellboy at the Fine Gatewater Hotel, in business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call after 8 in the evening from our guest, Miss May. She asked me for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 o'clock on the dot, sir. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course, and I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself. I see. The defence may begin its cross-examination. Right, I'm ready, I hope. If he bought the coffee at 9, how could she be looking out the window at 9? This is it. If I can't prove Miss May was involved with the murder now, Maya will be finished. Okay. Room service. Let's go after the 9 o'clock. So at 8 o'clock, she asked for an iced coffee to be bought at exactly 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock on the dot, you say? Yes. I confirmed that detail several times. She was watching a program on the TV and wished to drink after she'd finished, sir. 9 o'clock, the time of the murder. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course. Precisely 9 o'clock, then. Precisely, exactly. Most definitely, sir, 9 p.m. How can you be so sure? Miss May was quite insistent that it be bought then. Oh, bellboy. I'd like like iced coffee at exactly 9 o'clock, something like that, sir. Therefore, I knocked on her door at the crack of 9, sir. Why would she be so particular about the time? And I delivered the coffee. You're sure it was Miss April May herself? Absolutely, sir. Absolutely? Yes, sir. As in so very absolutely, sir. It's an endearing mannerism of mine. How come you're so very certain? Well, when I bought the room service, sir, the guest, sir, favoured me with an embarrasser, sir. An embarrasser. Is that French for embrace? It's French for kiss, sir, but not a French kiss, sir. More of a peck on the cheek. Why would she have done that? I believe perhaps she was momentarily swayed by my prim demeanour, sir. It was a moment I shall never ever forget, sir. Sounds pretty fishy to me. I think our Miss May was up to something and wanted the bellboy to remember her. It's no good. There's nothing here. Is that it? Finally, you understand. This bellboy has no reason to lie now. If you have any decency, you will end this rather tedious cross-examination here. It was a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand. I can't let this happen, can I? No, I'm going to protest. Wait. Please wait. Yes, does the defence have something to add? One last question. Let me ask one last question. Your Honour, I must object. This charade of justice has gone on long enough. No, Mr. Edgeworth. All right, Mr. Wright. I'll give you one more question, that's all. Okay. This is really it now. This is my last chance. What do I ask him about? Okay. Check-in, room service, or bed making. What do we think? Should we ask about maybe the check-in again? I don't know. Tell me about check-in. Tell me about when you checked in, Miss May. Oh, all right. Very well, sir. My first thought is that she was a beautiful, beautiful person. She's just my type of girl, so it was a disappointment, really. I see. Excuse me, what exactly was a disappointment? Well, I'm not without charm, sir, but even I'd have a little chance with her lover there. What did he say? What did you say? Oh, rather quite. Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Did Miss May check in with another person? I object. That was objectionable. Objection overruled. The witness will answer the question. Yes, I see. Why did you not mention this in your testimony? Well, sir, you didn't ask. Nice try. That's the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention. Ah, yes, quite. Indeed. It was the good barrister there, Mr. Edgeworth, who... He asked me not to mention it if I wasn't specifically asked, sir. You fool. I've done it. I've won. Miss April May checked into a twin room with a man, correct? Yes, sir. Then when you bought them room service, you didn't see that man in the room? That's right, sir. Your Honour, we've just learned of another person involved who may have been the murderer. In light of this new fact, I hold that it's impossible to judge the defendant. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? And who, Mr. Wright, is this other person? Simple. It was the man with Miss May. The man who checked in with Miss May. Your Honour, As has been previously revealed, Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone, yet Miss May herself has an alibi at the time of the murder. However, that does not clear the man that was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder. What a convenient little setup, but it's too late. Too late? I suppose you'd like it if it was too late, wouldn't you? After all, it was you who hid the presence of this other man from the court. Oh, got you on your knees now. Upstart, amateur. These accusations are ludicrous. Enough. The court acknowledges the defence's argument. I expect the prosecution and defense to look into this matter fully. Am I understood? Yes. Yes, Your Honour. Is that all today for the trial of Maya Fay? Court is adjourned. Court is adjourned. Oh, it's like a full-on job. September 7th, 2:24 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1. Mr. Wright, you were amazing in there. Really? I think I might be your newest fan. Oh, I was just doing my job. You know. Then again, that other attorney was pretty cool too. Huh? That face of his with his wide eyes and trembling lips sent shivers up my spine. If you say so. So what happens with me? Do I get to go home now? Well, I don't think so, not yet. Oh, I see. But I got a great lead in today's trial. A lead? That man with Miss May, he's the key. Oh, I get it. What happened to Miss May after that anyway? I heard they arrested her. Guess she's learning her charms won't work everywhere. She's probably at the detention centre now. I might have to go down there later. Anyway, this case is far from closed. Yes, sir. I'm going to find out more about this man. Do you think he was the one who... Maybe so. Don't worry, I'll find him by tomorrow, I promise. I'm counting on you. I asked for a full record of April May's testimony. I thought it might come in handy during the trial tomorrow. But now that I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies. In fact, there's only one part that hasn't been stricken from the record. The dodge. I don't know how much good this will do me at all now. Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating. Maya doesn't belong in that detention centre, and it's up to me to set her free. To be continued. Okay, so to be continued. We're saving, and we're going to give it up for tonight. Mostly because I've been reading this for 2 hours now, and I don't have a voice anymore. And I'm going to get some rest. So let's just go and see if there's anybody online that we can go jump into their stream for a little bit. And then where are we? Stream manager. Here we are. Okay, we'll jump into Ryan's stream. So, as always, thanks for watching. Thanks for the follows and all that stuff. And I will hopefully see you tomorrow. I'm going to try and get a little bit more Dreamlight Valley done tomorrow. Mostly because I need the stuff. Okay, I will see you then. Bye.
Are you hungry?
I'm always hungry. I don't know how to make this game shut.